Previously, we did a video about Bitcoin, what it is and the history of it. But the problem with that video was I did not talk about the value of Bitcoin. Also, over the past 2 weeks, the price of Bitcoin went from 60,000 to 30,000. That's half of its market value wiped off in just 2 weeks. Many are begging the question, what is the future of Bitcoin? What is the real value of Bitcoin? Is it the end? Although at the time of recording this video, the price has climbed back from its lowest to now hovering around 40,000 USD. Bitcoin has been facing some serious challenges lately, such as Papa Elon posting on Twitter that he's dropping it, Chinese government banning it, and Biden's new tax enforcement on cryptocurrencies. It's been a bumpy ride. So, is Bitcoin still worth keeping? Well, we have to remember that the market is a cycle. In the short run, the market is dictated by emotions that are heavily influenced by news and rumors. While in the long run, it always falls on the fundamental. So, no matter what is happening in the current market price, eventually, over a long run, it will go back to its fair value. As long as there's a fundamental value to Bitcoin, there should be nothing to be afraid about, right? But what is the fundamental value of Bitcoin? For most investment assets such as stocks or bonds, you can perform a fundamental analysis to determine the value of the asset. For stocks, you will study the business model, their financial statement, the industry and the market analysis, or even interview their management team to understand their future plans. But for Bitcoin, it gets more complicated. How do you study its value? It doesn't generate income, it doesn't have a financial statement, and heck, you can't even interview the founder to understand more. Or should I say that they can't reach an agreement on who the founder is? So, to value Bitcoin, an unconventional asset, we have to take a different approach. Although everyone seems to have different ideas on how to fundamentally evaluate any cryptocurrency, generally it includes these two aspects. First, the technology. You have to understand the technology behind cryptocurrency. What problem does it solve? How can it be used in the real world? How can it benefit its user? Because the technology will justify the value people perceive. For Bitcoin, its technology allows people to conduct financial transactions without an intermediary like a bank. It created a decentralized blockchain that inspired the creation of future economy. It also allowed the users to keep their identity anonymous, helping them to maintain their privacy. On top of that, there's a limit to the number of Bitcoin created. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever be circulated in the market, which is like gold, which also has a limited supply. Therefore, with the function of its technology and the limited supply, people are valuing Bitcoin as the new gold. By the way, for those of you who are interested to get your hands on some crypto, you can try out Luno Exchange. It is a regulated exchange in Malaysia. Apply my code in the description below so that you can get a special promotion. Secondly, the community. Cryptocurrencies will not survive if no one believes in it. Without a strong community of supporters like developers, miners and users to maintain the blockchain, it won't grow. So, having a strong community is very important. No matter how good the technology is, if the cryptocurrency does not have a strong community, it will not succeed. On the other hand, if the technology is nothing amazing, but manages to gain strong community of supporters, it can take off. Just look at Dogecoin. To the moon! So, having strong community support and adoption is not just about maintaining the blockchain, but more importantly, it creates supply and demand in the market. The very basic fundamental value of any financial asset. If no one wants to buy it, it's useless. For Bitcoin, it has developed a strong community over the years. There's enthusiastic developers who maintain the blockchain and a huge community who adopts the usage of Bitcoin. Over the years, Bitcoin is gaining wider adoption by people. From being just a cryptocurrency that's adopted by individuals to today, even large corporations and institutions has adopted the usage of Bitcoin. It's the cryptocurrency with the largest market capitalization. You can think of it like a blue chip stock, but with more volatility. So, for those two fundamental reasons, Bitcoin prices shot up over the roof until the past few weeks. It all started when Elon Musk joined the Bitcoin trade. Tesla bought up 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin with their reserve and later announced that they will accept Bitcoin as a payment to purchase Tesla vehicle. The Bitcoin community was ecstatic. It is like the world finally saw the value of Bitcoin. And in just 3 months, from January to March, Bitcoin went from 30,000 to 65,000. It was wow! Until Elon Musk tweeted that Tesla will no longer accept Bitcoin as a payment due to environmental issues. The party ended. Bitcoin fell more than 10% after that. Soon after, in China, their government issued a warning to intensify crackdown on cryptocurrency mining and trading operation. The prices of Bitcoin plunged further to 30,000. China is a big deal when it comes to Bitcoin. It has the largest mining pool in the world. In fact, 2/3 of the world Bitcoin mining operations are based in China. It controls a large supply of Bitcoin to the market. If Bitcoin mining is banned in China, it will send a shockwave of panic to the Bitcoin community. But is that the real reason that Bitcoin crashed? Some speculated that this crash is a manipulative move by certain parties that hold a large sum of Bitcoin. Their intent is to send the price crashing down and then buy it back at the lowest price. But is that true? Well, if you calm down and think about it, the Bitcoin price crash is not something new. Just in 3 months, from January to March 2021, there were 3 times that the price dropped more than 25%. And even if China were to ban Bitcoin mining, it would mean less supply of Bitcoin in the market, and therefore it should drive up the price, right? So, for those who believe in the fundamental value of Bitcoin, there is nothing to be worried about, because the adoption of Bitcoin is growing, and it will eventually lead to price increase. But is there a real demand right now, or are people just speculating? From what I've gathered, many institutions, including traditional financial institutions, are working on offering Bitcoin as part of their product offering. Just 2 days ago, Wells Fargo announced that they will offer professionally managed crypto funds to their rich customer. Citibank announced their interest to offer crypto to their customer as well due to soaring client interest. In Malaysia, Kenanga Investment Bank acquired 19% stake in Tokenized Malaysia, a licensed crypto exchange. The point is, Bitcoin is going mainstream, whether we like it or not. There is a soaring demand, and if mainstream financial institutions are not adopting it, they are missing out on a huge potential profit. And that's the truth. When there's a demand, there will be supply. So, is Bitcoin dead? Is there a future? From what I see, it is becoming more like gold and a profit-generating asset for financial institutions. What do you think?